Now, there are good exercises and there are better exercises. Now, what makes the difference between the two is just gonna depend on the person and the type of training style they like to go about. What may be a good exercise for this particular sport or this type of lifting style may be a complete bad exercise for this type of lifting style because it has absolutely nothing to do with that genre of fitness. So stay tuned because today we're going to be talking about bodybuilding specifically and what are the worst exercises that you could be doing for building muscle and bodybuilding specifically. What's up everyone, David here. Got a new video for y'all today, but before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now today, we're gonna be talking about bodybuilding. Again, the whole goal behind that is to build muscle. We're training for looks, aesthetics, looking like we actually lift. Now, before we actually get into that, I want to lay out all the different types of lifting styles that I feel most people should know, or at least they may have seen elsewhere at one point or another. So to start off, we got powerlifting. Okay, the whole goal of powerlifting is to increase your overall total. That total consists of your 1 rep maxes for the squat, the bench press, and a deadlift. That is the entire goal of that whole lifting style. Squat, bench, and deadlift. The type of exercises that you do during each one of those days that you're gonna be working out are all geared towards having direct carryover and increasing the numbers for those 3 lifts. Now, we got Olympic weightlifting. Similar to powerlifting, the whole goal is to raise your total, but this time the total consists of the snatch and the clean and jerk. Throughout any day that you're gonna be working out for Olympic weightlifting, you're doing exercises that are geared towards increasing your 1 rep max for those 2 lifts in hopes of having a higher total. Next, we got strongman training. Strongman is more of a functional training style. You're lifting heavy objects, heavy implements. It has a lot of carryover to regular activities of daily living. So you're improving your grip strength, your core strength, lifting things over your head. You know, a lot of just day-to-day things that we do in our everyday lives. Okay, those are things that can be mimicked in training using different types of implements that aren't always necessarily your traditional weights. Next, we got CrossFit. Now, CrossFit is just a little bit of everything, taking the best aspects of all major lifting styles and combining it together to create a total overall athlete. Now we got bodybuilding, the main source of this video, the most common type of lifting style and the most popular one in my opinion. The whole goal behind bodybuilding is to build up as much muscle as possible and looking like the best physique you can possibly get. If you're a female, maybe the goal would be to accentuate the hourglass figure. If you're a guy, maybe your goal is the wider shoulders, smaller waist, bigger arms. We're training for looks. Now, with that being said, it's important to know what are some exercises that are good for bodybuilding and what are the ones that are bad for it. The good ones are gonna be the ones that actually help you build the muscle. Now, how are we gonna quantify that? When it comes to picking your exercises for helping you build muscle, there's certain things that we're gonna be looking for. Number one, full ranges of motion. I'm talking about getting the full stretch in the muscle and then squeezing, getting that contraction, okay? So if you only do half reps, will you get results? Yeah, it'll help you build muscle, but you'll benefit a lot more if you can get the full range. Now, tempo, how fast are you moving the weight? If you're just repping it out as fast as you can, will you see results? Yeah, of course, but you benefit more from going slow on the eccentrics. That portion where you're stretching the muscle out, usually on the way down on the lift, that's gonna be the part that really helps you build about the most muscle. And then lastly, the amount of tension you're placing on the muscle. Obviously, you know, if you do a bunch of reps, but you don't really feel much and you're done with your set and you still feel like you could have done something, okay, yeah. Will you get results? Maybe a little. You're doing something, which is better than nothing, but you'll truly benefit if you pick a weight that is just right to the point where you feel that good burn, you feel that tension being built up, and you can push to the point where even when you're done with your set, you had 1, maybe 2 reps left in the tank. If you're going too light and you're doing 15 reps and you still feel it was easy, you're not gonna be getting those results. Now, with those 3 things out the way, we know what it is that we're looking for when it comes to picking our exercises for bodybuilding. So what are gonna be 5 things Now, what are gonna be 5 exercises that I think are completely pointless and are just not the best for bodybuilding? Again, these exercises, they're good for other types of workouts, but specifically for the goal of building muscle in terms of like a bodybuilder, these are where I'll be like, okay, maybe not with that. And the first one is gonna be anything with the battle ropes. You know what type of ropes I'm talking about? The ones where people are going like this or like slamming like that. It is a great exercise. Don't get me wrong. A lot of group classes, you know, group exercise classes, boot camps type of thing, they all use ropes. That is a great exercise to burn calories. If you're someone who's trying to lose weight and the whole goal of losing weight is to burn a lot of calories, the more calories you burn, the more weight you can lose, that will be perfect because, you know, it gets your heart rate really high up. You know, if you're an athlete, you could, you know, use that on your conditioning days. That is ideal. But for bodybuilding, the whole goal of building muscle, what muscle are you really targeting there? I mean, if you're doing this like that, then I guess it's a little bit of your biceps, but that's not the same as grabbing a barbell, slow and controlled, full stretch, and then squeezing. Another thing that you do with the ropes, you may lift it all the way up and then you slam it as hard as you can on the ground. Okay, what muscle is really being worked out there? You're kind of pulling down a little, like aggressively pulling the rope down. Okay, I guess that kind of mimics a lat pull down. So why not do a lat pull down? Load it up heavy. All right, let's go slow, squeeze those shoulder blades back, bring those elbows back. That will be a better alternative. Again, anything with the battle ropes, great for burning calories, great for fat loss, great for conditioning, but for bodybuilding, building up those biceps, building up that back, I really don't see a purpose in that. Next, anything with a TRX. But I want to be a little bit more specific with this. I don't want to say, maybe I shouldn't say everything with the TRX, but many exercises that involve a TRX. The reason why is because TRX exercises are body weight exercises, essentially. I mean, what do you do on a TRX? You do your rows, you do your push-ups like that. Some people hold the TRX up here and then they do their squats going down and up. Okay, that's all great exercises. It's good for, like, let's just say a group exercise class. Like if you're doing circuits, 45 seconds. Again, it's similar to the battle rope. It's good for losing weight because you could bust out a bunch of reps. Yeah, and I feel like TRX are also good exercises for maybe those who are very new to working out and they can't necessarily do a push-up on the ground. So they have to elevate themselves a little on the TRX strap, or they're maybe a little too heavy, you know, they're a little on the overweight side, on the obese side. They can't do a full body weight squat yet, so they have to pull on the strap to help pull them up a little bit. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But in terms of for bodybuilding, building up that muscle as big as you can, TRX squats are only going to get you so far in building up those quads and those glutes compared to actually having some type of barbell on your back. Because think about it, if you're a 200-pound person and you're already using the TRX strap, okay, I'm pretty sure you could get a couple of reps in compared to if you have an additional 200 pounds on your back and now you're squatting that plus your body weight. So you see, you're just doing a lot of body weight exercises. I feel like it's geared more towards beginners who are just used to it and can't support their own body weight, or those who are taking more group exercises classes as a way to burn calories and burning fat, which is perfect for that. But for building up that mass, that chest, those back, those quads, those thighs, man, I would stay away from the TRX exercises and I'll stay more towards the barbell exercises. Now, since we're talking about the barbell exercises, this one might be a little bit more controversial. So just hear me out. Deadlifts. Now, I want to preface by saying deadlift is my favorite all-time exercise. Okay, I do deadlifts every single week. It is my favorite exercise. It is my strongest lift. Why? Because I come from a powerlifting background. Remember what I said in the beginning? Powerlifting, the 3 main lifts: squat, bench press, deadlift. Deadlift was always my strongest. That's why it's my favorite. I have good pulling strength. I got good grip strength. I got a good back. I got good legs. Deadlift is my go-to. That's my favorite. But for bodybuilding, why wouldn't I say that's one of the best? Because let's put it this way. Any exercise that you do for bodybuilding, you're doing it to build up and focus on one certain body part. When we do bench press, when bodybuilders do bench press, what do? Do you say, oh yeah, today is arm day, I'm gonna bench press? Or do you say, today is chest day, I'm going to bench press? Think of it like that. When you're doing your rows, do you say, okay, today I'm gonna do my cable rows because it's arm day? Or do you say, okay, today I'm gonna do my cable rows because it's back day? Okay, notice how we only pick one certain body part, even though a bench press works not only your chest, but your triceps, and a row works not only your back, but your biceps as well. It's because we're choosing exercises to target one specific body part. But when it comes to deadlifts, what is that one specific body part that we're gonna be working? Because let's put it this way. We're starting off with our knees and our hips bent. okay? And we're forcing our knees to lock out and our hips to lock up to stand up with the weight. What exercise is similar to that? A squat. A squat, we're bending at the hips, we're bending at the knees, and we're forcing each one of those two joints to lock out to stand up with the weight. Okay, so it works your glutes and it works your quads. A lot of people say your deadlift is a back exercise. Okay, why is it a back exercise? Think about any other back exercise, like rows, like pull downs. It's a lot of arms moving like this. At what point do you ever do that on a deadlift where you're moving your arms either this way or this way? But people say, oh, no, it's a lower back exercise. Okay, why is it a lower back exercise? Is it because you're forcing your lower back to stay straight as you're lifting up? Okay, do you not force your lower back to stay straight also when you squat? Because when you squat, the last time I checked, I'm not rounding as I go down like this when I squat. No, I'm keeping my back straight and upright the whole time. Similar to how when you do a deadlift, you're not supposed to round like this. You're supposed to go like this. Your lower back, as a matter of fact, your entire back is working isometrically to hold your back straight while lifting the weight up and down. Similar to how your whole back is working isometrically to keep it straight during a squat. So you see, that's why I wouldn't say a deadlift is good for bodybuilding. It's because it is working so many different muscles, which makes it a great exercise. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. If you can only do one exercise, I always say deadlift will probably be it because it has so much carryover. There's just so much benefits you get from a deadlift in terms of functional strength. Every day we pick something off the ground. So, okay, let's practice at the gym. Let's pick things off the ground like a deadlift. But to single out one main muscle group that's being worked for that, it could be a little hard because that's the whole point of bodybuilding. You're singling out specific muscle groups and choosing exercises for that one particular muscle. And with the deadlifts, there's just so many to choose from. Even if you were to do it on your leg day only, okay, you're not squatting all the way down. You're not bending your knees all the way down on a deadlift the way you do with a squat. And what was it that we said earlier that makes a great exercise good for bodybuilding? The full range of motion. So you see, that's why I wouldn't pick a deadlift. But overall, as just a general fit person, oh yeah, deadlifts is at the top of the list. Like I said, it's my favorite. Just for bodybuilding specifically, it might be a little different. Throw it on your leg day, throw it on your back day, whichever one you want. Me personally, if I had to pick one, I would throw it more on my back day because if I throw it on my leg day, my legs are already too fried from squats. My deadlifts are gonna get affected. So I'm like, let's do it fresh on back day. But that's just me. And the last exercise, in my opinion, I understand where people are going with this. I just don't think they're going about it in the right way. How many times have you ever seen someone on an incline bench, they have any type of weight plate, I don't care how heavy it is, and you see them squeezing it like this, okay? They're on the incline bench, they're squeezing, or even if they're standing up straight and they're doing like this, I think that is, I don't wanna say it's one of the dumbest exercises out there, but I feel like if people try to explain why they're doing it, they'll realize why it's dumb. Let's say they're doing it for the chest, which I'm pretty sure is the reason why, hence why they're on an incline bench or pushing outwards. Yes, when it comes to chest exercises, we tend to stick to movements where we're sticking our arms out like this. But what does our chest allow us to do? It allows us not to only to push our arms out like that, but also squeeze together like this, like in a fly. Okay, when we're squeezing together like that, yeah, that works your chest. But if you're only carrying one plate, like I just did right now, and you're squeezing it, you don't really have to squeeze that hard. If you are gonna be doing this exercise for whatever reason, instead of just doing a normal incline press or a normal forward press like this, like a normal person, if you are gonna be sticking with plates, I suggest to make it a little bit better, if again, you are gonna be sticking with this for whatever reason, grab two plates, preferably the ones that have the smooth sides. You see how one side has the number and the other side is smooth? Put the smooth sides out and now squeeze together. Because now if you don't squeeze hard enough, the two plates will come apart like this, compared to if I only have one, I don't have to squeeze nearly as hard, if at all, to just hold the plate like this, compared to if I had two of them, okay? Another thing, if you are gonna be doing this exercise and you're standing up and pressing out, I'm assuming your goal for this is going to be working the chest, but the thing that's gonna be giving out first, when I do this right away, I don't feel my chest working as hard, but what I do feel coming in more is my shoulder, the front part of my shoulder, because this part of your shoulder right here, the front, is what helps you keep your arm up like that. So when I'm pressing out, it feels more like I'm doing a front raise rather than just a bench press. So if you're just gonna be doing that, lie down on a bench and do it that way. I don't understand the whole point of just standing up, because again, you're limiting your pec gains because your pecs are not the ones that are, you know, giving out. It's your shoulder that's probably, specifically the front of your shoulder, that's going to be giving out even more so. But you know what? That's just my opinion. Like I said, I understand what down where people are going with it. I just don't think that they're going about it the right way. All in all though, I'd rather you just stick with a normal pressing movement, whether it be on a flat bench or a machine. It doesn't even have to be a free weight, or anything incline pressing up with normal dumbbells, handles, cables, barbell. It doesn't necessarily have to be the plates. I don't understand the whole purpose of that. So there you have it, everyone. Please understand the fact that all of these exercises have their time and place. The whole emphasis for this video was just for bodybuilding specifically. All right, there are specific exercises that are great for one type of lifting, but they're not good for another type of lifting. Why do you think snatches are only done on Olympic weightlifting, but they're not done for powerlifting? Because in powerlifting, you're never gonna do that in competition. Similarly to how you always see strongman competitors lifting stones, but we don't see that with bodybuilders, because bodybuilders, that's not part of the routine. Lifting that stone is not gonna single out and build up that one muscle that they're looking to target for that particular workout. Every exercise has its time and place. It's important for you to understand though, what are your specific goals based on your specific lifting style, and what is going to be the exact exercise that you need to help you get to that goal that still, again, relates to that type of lifting style. Comment down below any other that you think are pretty, not controversial, but some that just there's no point for bodybuilding specifically, and specifically, what are your reasonings for it? Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe not just to my channel, but my girlfriend's channel and our couple's channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And then Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on my accounts, girlfriend's accounts, couple's accounts. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.